Hello and welcome to the sewing studio. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of the blocks that forms this gorgeous quilt behind me, which is called Circle of Friends, and it's kindly been loaned to us by Pam and Nicky Lintott. So the pattern for Circle of Friends is available as a download, and I'm just going to tell you what the measurements of this quilt are. So the quilt is 54 inches square and it contains 9 blocks, and I'm going to show you how to make one of those blocks. And if you stay tuned to the end, I have a treat for you, and I will show you what Jeanette has made just by using one of those blocks. You'll be amazed. So what you're going to need for this is a jelly roll and 2.5 meters of background fabric. So the pattern gives you all your cutting instructions. And the other thing that you're going to need is one of these rulers, and this is a Creative Grids ruler, and it is a 45 and 90 degree angle ruler, and this is brilliant for doing our half square triangles which form our little pinwheels that you can see here. So this is one of the blocks that I've made. I've used a jelly roll that contains lots of oranges, greys and blacks. And the first thing you do is you cut out your background pieces and your centre pieces for your pinwheels. And as I say, the pattern gives you all of that detail. But what I'm going to show you is how to make these half square triangles using this tool. So you need your jelly roll strip and your background strip, and you're going to lay them together, and you're going to lay them face right sides together. And then I'm going to try and do this first one under the close-up camera and show you how we're going to cut this. Now I'm left-handed, so I've got to flip the ruler, but for you right-handed people it's going to be a dream. So you start off with your ruler, so the straight edge of your ruler, and you have it on your 2-inch line, and you make your cut. So you've got those 2 pieces, and you can see here that this is squared off, and that saves you having to do trimming later on. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to flip your ruler up the other way, and the pattern does give you a lovely picture of this. So it will show you exactly what you need to do. So you're going to flip it the other way and you're going to cut that one. Now we're going to come back to this one. It's difficult because I'm trying to do it under the piece where the close-up is, so I haven't got a lot of table to play with. So I'm going to need 8 of those for one block. So I'm just going to carry on cutting. But whilst I'm doing the cutting, I'm just going to remind you, if you like what we do here at the Sewing Studio, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. So I'm just going over to the sewing machine to sew these together, and I'm going to chain piece them, and I would recommend that you cut all your pieces so that you can sit at the machine and you can chain piece them, and you'll have all your pinwheels ready to lay out. So I've got a 1/4 inch foot on my machine. So when you've got all your pieces chained together and you've got your seam going across here, we're then going to go to the iron and we're going to press them. Just finding my scissors, and I'm just going to snip these and then we'll go to the iron and press them. So I'm going to set my seams and then I'm going to press them to the dark side. So I'm pressing the background fabric towards the dark side of the fabric that I'm using. So once you've got all your half square triangles together, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to make our background. And what I love about this pattern, this download that I've got here, and I'm going to show you under the camera, I love the detail that Pam and Nicky have given us. So you can see here the instructions. They're really excellent, clear instructions, and I always think this is so important when you're following a pattern for the first time. It even shows you the direction in which to press your strips. So you can see here our first line that we're going to join together is this top one over here. So we've got an 8.5 strip, we've got one of our pieces. Now I'm going to use this one. This is the equivalent of the blue on here. That's the only thing I'm going to say is you've got to be really organised, because you've got to remember, if you're not using these colours, what is your blue equivalent? So for me, it's this one. So I'm going to make that first line. So it's 8.5. It's my half square triangle pointing that way. So you've always got to have your coloured bit pointing in the right direction, and 8.5 at the end. So I'm going to make the first strip, and then that is going to be pressed to the left hand side, the next strip to the right, the next strip to the left, and so on. But I can't stress enough how wonderful these instructions are. So I need my 8.5 background strips. So again, I'm going to the machine and I'm going to join those together. So you can see that's our first strip, which replicates this one here on the block. So I'm just going to press that to the left so I remember. Again, always set your seams, so that's pressing in the direction of where you've sewn, and then press them to the left hand side. So that's our first line. So what I would recommend is that you actually lay out each row using your instructions, and that's going to go in that direction, and then I'm going to lay my 4.5 inch square. So what I would do is I would lay all of these out first and then pick them up and sew them row by row. So that's what I would recommend you do. And I can't stress enough how important it is to have the pattern in front of you. So I'm just going to continue now. I'm going to sew another row. I'm going to lay out the row and continue until we've got one of these. So I've sewn those 3 rows together, and as I say, I've pressed one way, the other, and then the other, so that we can join our points. So we've got nice crisp joins here. So that's the first 3 rows. Now the next rows are a little bit more complicated. So you need to take, I'm just going to show you how you do this. So you need a background fabric, and then you need what's the equivalent of the red. So this is a new one, so you can see, if I show you on here, you can see these are the 2 side ones that I'm doing with this middle panel. So then I've got to remember that I've got a grey here, and that's going in that direction. Because we haven't actually got all our seams, it's quite difficult to see how it's going to form. But there you can see that's the grey of the pinwheel. And then we are going to make a block of 9 to start with, which is going to be joined to a 6-inch square. So I'll just make that block of 9. That's actually going to be our next colour, which forms our next row. Which goes like that, because that's going to be our pinwheel for our next row. So you would do that twice. You would have your plain block in the centre, so you've got that there, your plain block, and another one of those. And then these 3 rows are repeated at the bottom. And as I say, the pattern is really crystal clear on that. So eventually, when they're all sewn together, you're going to have something that looks like this. Now, you may remember at the beginning of the video, I said that I'd got a treat for you if you stayed watching. Now, this block would be perfect for a cushion. And my friend Jeanette, who's much cleverer than I am, has made this gorgeous cushion here. And in the centre block, she's done a cross stitch, and then she's done all her pinwheels around it. And she's done really lovely quilting. As I say, she's much cleverer than me. And it's got a lovely little envelope back with a zip. So really impressed with that. So you could just make the block. Alternatively, you could make 9 of these and you could make this absolutely gorgeous quilt. So I'm just going to go over and show you the back of the quilt, how it's been quilted, and the binding. So you can see this centre block here, that is what we've just created, and you can see this beautiful quilting. So first of all, we've got this lovely detail in the middle, and then we've got these sort of swirly leaves, and then what it does is it creates another pattern here and here, and it's absolutely beautiful. So this has been long arm quilted. It's got a nice light plain background, which goes with the light background on the front. But what I really like about this is you can see here that it has been bound what we call scrappy binding. So all odd bits of colour. So I would imagine the jelly roll strips and the pieces of the leftover jelly roll strips are what Pam and Nicky have used to put the binding on. And I think it really finishes it off lovely. So we do have a tutorial on how to do scrappy binding if you would like to do that to your quilt. So I hope I've inspired you today. I'd like to say thank you to Pam and Nicky. And as always, have fun. I'll look forward to seeing you next time here in the sewing studio.